10 most iconic FIFA covers ranked after EA Sports fails to reach agreement with football governing body over game. EA Sports is discontinuing its popular game franchise FIFA after failing to reach an agreement with the football governing body. FIFA 23 will be the final edition of the game before relaunching the franchise under the name EA Sports FC. EA Sports cited the expensive licensing agreements and strategy pivots as reasons for moving on from their agreement with FIFA. FIFA had reportedly demanded double the $150 million, £121 million annual fee they collect from EA to renew the contract, according to the New York Times. The new game franchise will still feature most top football teams, leagues, stadiums and players, as EA Sports has separate licensing agreements with them. On the change, EA Sports executive David Jackson told BBC, "In the future our players will demand of us the ability to be more expansive in that offering. At the moment, we engage in play as a primary form of interactive experience. Soon, watching and creating content are going to be equally as important for fans." Since its first release in 1993, the game has been an international classic with creative covers, realistic kits, players and gameplay. The game has generated more than £16 billion in sales during its 30-year run. To mark the end of an era, Sunsport ranks the top 10 most iconic FIFA covers. Sun Bingo get £50 bonus and 50 free spins today. Then Barcelona star Lionel Messi was the cover star for FIFA 14. Messi's celebratory pose in front of a grey background and Grand Stadium can only see it ranked 10th on Sunsport's list. Imagine a similar color with the color scheme of recent FIFA cover designs, it would most definitely find itself higher up. Ronaldinho made regular appearances of FIFA covers in the early 2000s. Manchester United's Wayne Rooney accompanied the Brazilian trickster on the front of the game. The rain effect makes it unique. Man United's Paul Scholes is the cover star in a retro kit. Need we say more? This is the last time Ronaldinho appears on this list, we promise. FIFA 2004 featured 3 of the world's best players at the time. Juventus's Alessandro Del Piero, Arsenal's Thierry Henry, and of course Ronaldinho. The action poses are a nice touch. A majestic front cover featuring a majestic player in David Ginola. Only downside, but arguably making it more iconic, is the missing badge. Absolute class. The Flying Dutchman, Dennis Bergkamp, in an iconic Arsenal kit added some needed color to the cover. A nice shot of a wizard with the ball under his spell. An interesting choice of cover star in Sol Campbell, with the central defender, picked ahead of the usual strikers. Simple but effective with the colors. It's also nice to see an action shot of the player looking at the ball instead of staring off into the distance. This is Cristiano Ronaldo's first and only appearance in Sunsport's FIFA Top 10 cover list. The passion on Ronaldo's face is authentic. He plays with his heart on his sleeve. Dark background brings the gorgeous Real Madrid kit into focus. Thierry Henry appears on our list again. FIFA 2002 brings into focus another iconic Arsenal kit from the early 2000s. At that point in time, Arsenal were one of the teams to beat. A proper pose from the electric forward. The undisputed champion of FIFA covers is the 2003 edition of the game. It featured Roberto Carlos, Ryan Giggs and Edgar Davids. David's iconic goggles had to appear on this list somewhere, they simple had to. The seriousness of the player's poses almost draw a potential buyer into a staring contest. Screams, "What are you waiting for? Buy me already." Carlos and Giggs have icon cards on FIFA's latest edition but Davids doesn't. Maybe it's time to introduce the former midfielder. They've also brought out hero cards for the likes of Joe Cole and Antonio Di Natale. Surely he can be given one of those?